Punch Light coming to you. Bolo Punch Light. Half the calories of a.
Where's the fade at? We're gonna have to dance.
So we go from not stopping the music without an abrupt stop to not stopping the music. Period. That's cool. That's cool. This is your Bolo Punch Boxing Hour, brought to you by George Rogie Insurance, www.bolopunchboxinghour.com. Streaming to you live on Ustream.tv. Timmy the Bruiser Patterson, I never asked you how you're doing. Never asked you how you were doing this evening, and how can our listeners get in touch with us tonight?
Well, nobody cares how I'm doing, but I am doing pretty good. And you can reach us on Yahoo Instant Messenger, keyword Bolo Punch Boxing Hour. And hit us up in the chat room on Ustream.tv, keyword Bolo Punch to find us there. Which, if you found us, I guess you'd be hearing this. So, well, if you didn't find us, well, you're listening. So,
better log on next week.
Yeah, log on next week. Yeah, if you're on YouTube, hit us live on Ustream.tv, keyword Bolo Punch.
Have you been drinking?
Somebody put some in my Pepsi. Though.
All I see is a Pepsi can over there. And I don't know. This is your first non-alcohol-induced Bolo Punch in like. Probably ever, because me and Mo both have ice water, and Timmy's at the controls with Pepsi, and we can't talk now. Isn't that nice? Sunday night in Aguascalientes, Mexico, junior flyweight action. Ulysses Solis won a 12-round unanimous decision over Neris Espinoza. He retains the junior flyweight championship of the world, 118 to 107, 117 to 107, and 115 to 109. Solis still only one loss, 28-1 with 2 draws, 20 wins by knockout. Moving on down is Espinoza, 25-5 with 18 knockouts.
Yeah, Solis is expected to defend this belt again against Valoria here within the next year. It's kind of nice to see some fights on Sunday, though. It's not usual
that never happens.
That fights usually you click on ESPN and the first listed up is the main fight on Saturday night.
True. I've been impressed with Ulysses Solis since he hit the big time. Only one little setback, and that was a good while ago. So I don't know, onward and upward for Solis, and to see him in there against the Hawaiian Punch, Brian Valoria, and they better put it in a really strong building. Or,
yeah, I would pick Solis in that. Valoria's kind of withered away a little bit. Not his former self, you know, that when he was holding the belt up over his head. But still a very quality fighter, and I think it gives Solis a good run for his money. I mean, power's the last thing to go, and that's what Valoria was known for.
Very much so. And Brian Valoria is not exactly over the hill just yet.
No, but he's not what he was when he had the belt.
Well, he got messed up a little bit there for a while. So moving on down, bantamweight action. Fernando Montiel wins a 10-round unanimous decision over Alberto Rosas. Montiel 38-2-1 with 28 knockouts. Rosas moving on down to 27-5 with 23 of his 27 wins coming by way of knockout. So that's he holds a junior bantamweight champion, but this was a non-title fight. So this was obviously a hand-picked Alberto Rosas. I've never heard of him. Montiel just trying to stay sharp because he's going to be thrust upon the public eye again. I mean, he's going to be making a major comeback here and defending his title, and who knows who it'll be against. But junior bantamweight.
I mean, he didn't pick a bum here. This guy's 27-5 with 23 KOs.
I didn't say bum, but
not a superstar either.
No. In fact, I forget the name of the gentleman that Kelly Pavlik made his first defense against. I still can't remember the dude's name. It was between the second Jermaine Taylor fight and the Bernard Hopkins fight. Do you remember the dude's name? Nope. Because you pick guys that you can't name for these in-between little things. Either a non-title fight or your first title defense.
Yeah.
One that you want to make sure you win.
I know he fought Miranda, but that
Miranda was before he became champion, yeah?
Yeah, it was before the Taylor fight.
Saturday night in Carson, California, junior bantamweight action. Speaking of junior bantamweight, here's two guys that would love to get in there with Montiel. Victor Arcinian, knockout in the 9th round over Christian Mijares. He unifies 3 junior bantamweight championships of the world. Darchinyan 31-1-1 with 25 big wins by knockout. Mijares moves on down to 36-4. Out damn standing.
Yeah.
Got to love Vic Darchinyan. Yes, he has one loss. Yes, he has one draw. But 99 times out of 100, when this man goes, he is going to win, and he is going to knock the dude cold.
And Darchinyan just has that odd style. I don't know. Donaire just was able to take his punches and land a hard one against Darchinyan and catch him when he didn't see the punch coming. Nobody else has been able to see that or do that in any way. I still think Darchinyan is one of the top pound-for-pound guys. He never actually made it on that list, but I still have him up there. Nonito Donaire he dropped down in weight to knock him out to do that, and worked out pretty well for him. He's staying at that weight class, and he's been cleaning it up.
I loved the press leading up to this fight because they really, I had no idea that Vic Darchinyan fighting Mijares was going to get the press that it did. But, you got to figure it would because it's a unification bout. But, for 2 weeks they were following these two guys everywhere. They were standing on a scale, they're facing off, they're doing whatever, getting their pictures taken with each other for at least a week and a half, if not 2 weeks. And Darchinyan kept saying the same thing. I'm going to break him in half.
Yeah, Darchinyan talks a lot of crap. He always has, and he's always backed it up.
That's got to be one of the reasons you like him.
Yeah, that is one of the reasons. I do like, I like that in all sports. As long as you're not showing bad sportsmanship, slapping the guy in a press conference or anything like that. I don't mind if the guy talks a big game as long as he can back it up.
So why do I like Ricardo Mayorga but hate Fernando Vargas? That is going to be the biggest quandary of my life right there. Why is one okay and one not?
Yeah, I don't really like too much of either one.
I could watch Mayorga all day.
My example would be Darchinyan, the way he talks, and then like Azab Judo, who's actually kind of a bad sport when he gets into the ring.
He can be.
Yeah.
He can be very loving and very, patting you on the back, but he didn't like the
Argentinian Baldomir when he got in the ring. He hit him when they were hit him below the waist, kind of when they were supposed to touch up gloves. He was
Baldomir. That fight was bad. He hit Floyd Mayweather low. But he punched not in that fight. He punched the ref, Jane 80, not Jane 80. No, it's Jane 80, but that's not the ref that he hit. I'm picturing the guy's face, and I can't think of his name. But it was against the Australian Russian guy. Costa-Zoo. I couldn't think of his name for some reason. So super middleweight action. Moving on down, rather. Super middleweight action. Andre Durrell, TKO victory in the 6th round over Viktor Organov. Durrell 17-0, still undefeated with 12 knockouts. Organov 28-2, all 28 wins coming by way of knockout.
Yeah, Durrell looked really good in this fight. It's been one of the best he's looked since, I don't know, in years. He showed some flaws in the last few fights. In this one, he looked really well. He showed he had some power. He showed he could work behind the jab and then show some flash when he needs to. He's looking to move on up and try to get a title shot here soon because the way he's blowing through guys, he's not really having any kind of problem beating people. This one he showed a little bit of flash in it.
See, this was not one of his best performances. Durrell, I've seen look much better. I think his style with this track star thing that he's doing, backing up, moving side to side. He's damn near almost running away from his opponent. His opponent's going to get tired of chasing him, which has got to lead to some fatigue and why he's able to win. But I didn't find that fight very exciting to watch. And again, I saw that on YouTube. I didn't see it live. But Durrell is a better fighter than what we saw in that fight. I would like to see him step up his game a little bit. He's an Olympian. He's a medalist. I think he got a silver medal in the Olympics back in '04. So bronze or silver, one of the two. But no, it wouldn't have been silver because it would have been a bronze then. It would have been a bronze. It doesn't matter. He's an Olympic medalist. He deserves to show himself in a better light. And like I said, I wasn't as impressed with him as I thought I would be.
Yeah, I thought this was one of his better fights. I disagree with you. I thought
Yeah.
he showed a little bit more flash, but I mean,
I'd like to see him engage a little bit more. With all that flash, I didn't see enough landing until towards the end of the fight.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that works. Saturday night, Las Vegas, Nevada, middleweight action. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., who is not his father, won a 10-round unanimous decision over Matt Vanda. 99-91, 98-92, and 97-93. So pretty much all the judges were essentially all in agreement, give or take a round. Still undefeated with 38-0-1, 29 knockouts is Chavez, and Vanda moving on down to 39-8.
I don't know who he's going to fight next. He's going to have to start stepping up to fighting some of these bigger names in the middleweight division. I mean, getting in there with a Miranda or...
It'll never happen. I don't think we'll ever see him fight Edison Miranda.
I mean, he's won 38 fights now. I know he had a very limited, I believe it was, I don't even know if he had any amateur career.
Very, very short. I think it was like 30 fights, but...
I don't even think it was that. I believe it was like 4 fights or something like that.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it was more than 4. But the problem is, his dad fought like... I mean, I don't want to go on the record here and have someone tell me I'm full of it, but I think he fought like 50, 60 times before he won his first title. And held those belts forever. I mean, that's the magic that Chavez Jr. was. Easily the greatest Mexican fighter of all time. But if he's learning from his father, that could be bad, because it's not like he's going to be fighting 100 times like his dad did.
Yeah, well, he's on his way, though, because he started very young. He had a very limited amateur career and basically jumped straight into the paid fights, with the pros. And I mean, he's slowly working his way up. I'm hoping he starts getting in there with a little bit bigger names, especially since every time he fights, it's on a pay-per-view.
That's true, and that's good, but not enough people are pulling for him. You had more than Mexico pulling for Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. You had diehard boxing getting involved. I just want to see this man fight. No one is getting all that excited about him yet.
Well, I don't like that he just fights on pay-per-views. He needs to fight on Telefutura. He needs to fight on
let people see him. Let people see him. Let the common man see him.
I don't understand why he doesn't do that. ESPN, any of those, where a common fighter, I would think Telefutura or Telemundo, since, I mean, that's where he's going to get his major backings from all the Mexican fans. I
saw him fight live because he fought on the undercard of Monty Barrett when he got smacked around by Nikolai Valov. He was on the undercard of that right here in Chicago. But,
yeah, he was on the undercard of Morales and Diaz as well.
Is that the one that I'm thinking of?
Probably.
Okay, yeah.
Solis was on that card as well.
You know what? You're right. That was it. Yeah. I knew that it was a fight in Chicago, and it was within the last 2 years. So,
yeah, he was kind of a throw-in fight. They didn't have him scheduled, and they put him on last minute. We were hoping Senior was there.
I was hoping his dad would actually be there. That'd be great.
That's one of the few fights that he didn't go to. Shake
that hand. Flyweight action, Nonito Donaire, TKO victory in the 6th round over Moruti Mthalane. Try saying that once. Retains the flyweight title. Donaire still only with that one loss, that one aching loss. 20-1 with 13 knockouts. Mthalane 22-2 with 15 knockouts.
Yeah, Donaire just looks really powerful at 115.
Yeah, but he hasn't fought in a year, so he had to shake the rust off there. But he sure as hell looked good.
He's another one of those Filipino fighters. I mean, obviously everybody knows about Pacquiao. He's another one of the...
You mean Bobby?
He's another one of the Filipino stars. Now, I don't think he has quite the glamour that Pacquiao has, but a lot of people are getting to know him ever since.
Which Pacquiao are you talking about?
God damn it.
But Donaire opens up a massive cut on Mthalane's eye, and it has to get called off. So.
And I would think with Darchinian fighting this weekend and Donaire fighting this weekend, there's a good chance of a rematch.
Well, they were kind of. I bet they were probably trying to go ahead and. Looks to me like I've got Ray Flores here. Hold on one second. Ray Flores wants to talk a little Roy Jones.
What's up?
It's a we're not quite at that point. At that
we're
point
getting
yet.
there. We're
Yeah, junior bantamweight action. Jorge Arce TKO victory in the 4th round over Isidro Chino Garcia. Arce retains his interim junior bantamweight championship of the world. Arce 51-4-1 with 39 knockouts.
Yeah, I see the way into this fight. Arce was kind of bumping with Garcia up on the stand. He kind of does that. He plays up the walk down to the ring. He plays up the weigh in to get a lot.
The lollipop and the cowboy hat. Gotta love that stuff.
Rides a horse in if he can. I mean, he rode a motorcycle in that one time. I didn't really like the motorcycle too much. Him riding on the back of it with another guy riding him down the ring.
Not as
not that manly as I would want to come.
You can't drive it with the gloves on, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So I'll help you, sir. Get on the back.
Get a sidecar or something.
Stand on top of a Hummer. That's just as manly. Stand on top of the Hummer. Let it go down. Whatever. Junior welterweight action. Lamont Peterson wins a 10-round unanimous decision over Leonardo Tyner, 99-90, 99-87, and 99-91. 98-91, pardon me. Lamont Peterson, 26-0, still undefeated. Only 12 knockouts. This is the boxer of the family, definitely.
Yeah, he doesn't have the big power punches, but he definitely can move, and he's a slick fighter. He doesn't get caught with many good punches, that's for sure. And obviously in this one, you look at the scores 98-91. These Peterson boys are pretty tough.
Oh, to say the very least. Super middleweight action. Matvey Korobov. TKO victory in the 3rd round over Mario Evangelista. Made his pro debut. I mean, I don't know why I'm even talking about that. That fight probably sucked. And middleweight action. Vanes Material. We're not even drunk. This is the weirdest.
Why am I talking about this? It's great.
Between them, they had 3 fights. Way to go, ESPN. Thanks. It's the funniest screen. Vanes Material-san got a knockout victory in the 1st round over Charles Howe, middleweight action. And that's all that needs to be said about that fight. Keep on going up. Go up. Go up.
Joel Julio there, buddy.
Up, buddy.
Oh, up. Oh, they're up.
Wow. Saturday night, Oberhausen, Germany. Middleweight action. Felix Sturm won a 12-round unanimous decision over Sebastian Sylvester. He retains his middleweight championship of the world. When are we going to see Felix Sturm take on Kelly Pavlik? That's what I want to know.
It should not be too long from now. I mean, Sturm has one of the belts.
WBA. It's the one belt that Pavlik doesn't have.
So Pavlik won, and Pavlik's going to have to. The problem is Pavlik moved up, and he's going to have to come back down. He's going to have to fight whoever the mandatory is quickly, so he doesn't lose those belts.
Which means that's another year. There's another year, because these guys only fight once or twice a year.
Yeah, but Pavlik moving up to fight the toughest guy he could. I mean, he moved up to fight, or I want to say Holyfield, because we were talking about him earlier. Hopkins.
Yes.
To move up and fight Hopkins, I mean, that's one of the toughest guys. I still kind of say that he shouldn't have took that fight. I don't know why exactly he did.
He really should not have taken that fight. We said that before, and once it happened, it was like, if you would just listen to Bolo Punch. So, Felix Sturm, way to go. Beautiful, beautiful job. I mean, it was like Dan Raphael says right here on ESPN.com. It's all about the jab. The jab was killing him.
He might be fighting Abraham, is what they're saying here.
Well, that's Arthur Abraham wants him in the worst way. Has wanted Felix Sturm for a while.
He wants Pavlik as well.
Well, okay, who doesn't? But
exactly.
yeah, he doesn't.
Rocky for some reason doesn't want to fight him.
No, he doesn't just want to fight Kelly Pavlik. He wants to fight Pavlik with a belt, and he knows that fight will really be made. I don't know why he thinks that'll happen. Though I don't know why he thinks that Sturm's belt.
I believe Abraham already has a belt, but I don't know.
Why would Abraham need to get Felix Sturm's belt in order to get a fight with Pavlik?
I just believe he wants to fight some of the top guys in middleweight. Is the only reason he wants that fight.
Yeah, but it's more financially doable if you've got a belt coming in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the whole Jose Suleiman thing. It's more money, more sanctioning, checks. Junior middleweight action. Sergey Zuzrudzik Zurich, I'm going to go with that. When he won a 12-round unanimous decision over Joel Julio. Julio, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Is he done?
He looked so good at junior middleweight the last couple times we've seen him fight. And then all of a sudden in this one, he just has a blunder and looks awful. Ends up losing this one pretty handily on the scorecards.
Yeah, I mean, by 7 and 8 rounds. I still remember the time that we were watching him fight Carlos Quintana and assuming he was going to blow out Quintana. And Quintana took that victory and turned it into quite a bit of money for himself, fighting the upper crust of the entire welterweight division.
Yeah.
And good for him.
And found out that Quintana was actually one of the most underrated fighters in that division.
Oh, yeah. So did Paul Williams. Found that out real quick too. And finally, Saturday night in Chihuahua, Mexico, junior featherweight action. Daniel Ponce de Leon knocks out in the 4th round Damian Marciano. Ponce de Leon 35-2 with 31 knockouts. Marciano 15-6-1 with 5 knockouts.
I wouldn't expect much less than this from Ponce de Leon with the power that he packs in his punches.
Easy for you to say.
No beer in front of me.
I know. And Julio Diaz won a 10-round unanimous lightweight decision in Vegas on Friday over Fernando Trejo.
Yeah, this was the main event on Telefutura. Diaz looked really good in this one. I mean, you know how he fights. He basically did exactly what he wanted to do against this guy. He danced around.
Well, I mean, Fernando Trejo came in with 30-15. So, yeah, he could do exactly what he wanted.
And Trejo, he looked pretty good at the beginning of the fight, but by the middle of the fight, Diaz was doing whatever he wanted.
A lot of the stiffs that we watch look good for the first round. Yep. Because they've got fans there. They need to at least look
and
good.
not only that, former champions know this guy's going to fade.
Yeah.
I don't even have to try. I'll catch him with something, you know, and it'll wear him out. But Diaz, I mean, Diaz has never been known really for the great power that he packs. He's known more as a boxer.
Yeah, I mean, ask Juan Diaz when they fought Dia de los Diaz. I mean, last year that was exactly what Juan Diaz was banking on. The fact that Julio Diaz doesn't hit all that hard. Because Juan Diaz knows what it's all about to not hit hard. Because he himself does not hit hard.
Yeah.
So, but nonetheless, Juan Diaz made him quit. So, Julio Diaz, you're on the winning ways again. You only have 4 losses. You've got a lot of knockouts. You're doing fine. You're doing just fine. So, let's go ahead and take another break, Tim, over at the control desk. We'll be right back at you, talking about all the fights that are going to be getting us through the upcoming weeks. And we'll be talking a little bit of Roy Jones and Joe Calzaghe, and all the fights that are going to be getting us through. And we'll be talking with Ray Flores, who is the wearer of many hats. And we'll be talking about that in just a little bit. Right when we come back from break. This is your Bolo Punch Boxing Hour, brought to you by George Rogie Insurance. www.bolopunchboxinghour.com, streaming to you live on Ustream.tv.